Today is Wednesday, February the 15th, 2017. I am Dred Scott. Blacks have no rights in which white people have to respect in 2017. It ain't changed in over 100 years. So this is where we're going with this. This is my contribution to black history. This is my moment. That's Martin Luther King, public accommodations, and Dred Scott, the Supreme Court. All I was doing was trying to get a case in front of the Supreme Court pertaining to the prison industry under the 13th Amendment. I started it in 2006. I started with Governor O'Malley because Governor O'Malley started stop and frisk. He showed that blacks have no rights in which white people respect. And since the Department of Justice came through and gave the dissent decree, I think this is very much appropriate. Like I said, I started this in 2006. You can see the videos at www.youtube/user/shortysvoice.com, and you can see all the videos that I've been shooting there. There's no titles on them. It's called a Ghetto Da Vinci Code. I'm the only one that could put them together. So where we're going with this is the state's attorney is part of the denial of black people's rights, the state's attorney's office. That's community liaison, Bilal, and y'all put him in the state office now. So I'm just keeping it 100. Those are emails, all right? Because we're gonna keep everything in the light of day. That's a writ of mandamus to convene a grand jury, all right? That's the head state's attorney, Mosby. You see the number, the date? It was accepted last year, almost a year now. So access to the grand jury as a private citizen. All right, I went to court last week. For jury call. So I spoke to the court clerk. Baltimore City State's Attorneys shielding corruption. And that's what I did. I turned the state's attorneys in because y'all can't keep denying us access to the court and criminalizing us and demonizing us. So that email that I put on my page this morning, it got everything and everybody on it. It's self-explanatory. Like I said, I started this in 2006 on Falls Road. That's my store. I was doing a documentary about racism in the judicial system. It was the Get Shorty program. And that's Governor O'Malley's office in 2011 when I was locked up while I was in jail. And that's my lawyer, Mr. Saunders, because he sold me out. I fired my lawyer and defended myself because he didn't want this out there, the video vigilante, all right? Now you can go to Kathleen Pugh, you can go to Bernard. They got this. They got this. Because the other part of the toilet is what I left y'all for Christmas. I kept the top half, I gave y'all the bottom half. Right? President Obama, Whistleblowers Act. That's me when I was locked up. See what color I am? I'm white. It's the art of promotions and tourism. All I was doing was making a movie. And that's your mayor. She got this. Same toilet I got locked up in Towson on. It's a time to pee. And all I was doing was making a movie and a documentary about public accommodations, about racism, about the courts. I was making a movie about Dred Scott in Judgment Day. I got my shit together. And we're gonna use the courts to do it, because that's Chief Justice Roberts. And he instructed me what to do. And since Donald Trump just dealing with the judges now, got a Department of Justice case for you. That's Eric Holder, because he didn't do nothing about this. The enemy of my enemy is gonna be my friend. Since he got the Department of Justice and he got the courts and he got the Senate and the Congress, he got to give up this information. Senator Sessions got this information. Senator Grassley got it. See, I put it in all the white people's hands to fight a black man's fight. I even went to the Democratic Party. That's Congressman Cummings right there. Refusal to return intellectual property to testifying from the Congressional Judiciary Committee. A Congressional Judiciary Committee. All that information is there. All the way down to the last spot. It's the art of getting money through your prison industry. And I'm just used what y'all did to me. Y'all called me a terrorist, I'm terrorizing you with the truth. I told you I wanted Martin Luther King's job. That's all. I do my mentoring program, that's it. I didn't want nothing else from y'all. All I wanted to do was my mentoring program. But instead you made me make this minority report. So I'm putting all my cards on the table. I got a trilogy of terror coming at you. Enemy of my enemy. That's why I'm gonna use Donald Trump. Maryland's prison industry, because he's gonna have to talk about it. And we're gonna talk about the truth about that toilet. You gotta give me access to the grand jury. You can't deny me access to the court. Because if you do, I get to go to the Supreme Court. And my case is already in Patrick Fitzgerald's office from the prison in Lake County, Illinois. Constitutional rights violation. And Congressman Brown has this on film. So does President Obama. Those shoes is made in China. I'm gonna show you civil rights violations. And I'm gonna show you how they use the courts to do it. Y'all can call me as crazy as you want, but these emails are timed and dated. And nobody can deny what's been said about it. Like I said, this goes back to 2008, September 19th at 3 p.m. Shorty, you need a civil rights lawyer. I would suggest a couple things. Connecting with my friend Billy Murphy, Dwight Pettit, because they have done these type of cases. 2, send your DVD to WBAL C4. Contact the Justice Project. Contact Senator James Meeks. All right? And that's Reverend John A. Heath out of Texas. He used to be Governor O'Malley's liaison in his community office. Like I said, I got emails to tell everything. And this email is going to the state of Maryland. All right? You can't shield the people for the crimes that they commit. I'm just doing what they taught me. Dred Scott taught me how to fight in court. Martin Luther King told me how to fight in the streets. Thurgood Marshall taught me how to win cases. So I'm gonna take this case to court. If you lock me up, we gotta put all this information in front of a grand jury or in front of a jury. And you're gonna have to testify. Bring the emails and everything. It's Dred Scott, it's Black History Month. Don't forget this moment.